On February 10, 2012, the Chamber of Commerce Southern New Jersey continued its tradition of kicking off its Congressional Action Committee meeting, sponsored by Comcast, by hosting Congressman Rob Andrews, who represents the 1st District. 125 members came out to hear the Congressman's state of the region.
We are continuing our tradition of kicking off our Congressional Action Committee meetings for the year with Congressman Andrews. Rob always offers tremendous information and insights into these important issues. His ability to define the most complex issues and outline potential solutions is always impressive and inspiring. Rob's commitment to serving this region and his constituents is not just unmatched, but it's legendary. I think all of us here who have had contact with him and his office know the tremendous level of service and commitment that we get every time that we call. Congressman Andrews has worked to create and retain good jobs in South Jersey and has maintained an outstanding connection with the business community. Every year, we look forward to hearing Rob's comments on the state of the region, and today is no exception.
Let me say to the leadership of the Chamber, to Deb and Kathy, that I really do appreciate your friendship over the years and your mentorship and this really vibrant, inclusive, dynamic organization that you've built. It's really a credit to our region, a credit to the leadership and your board, and I'm really very happy to be with you. I'd like to talk about how I see the state of our region as we are in the early days of 2012.
Congressman Andrews began his remarks by describing 4 of his constituents and their different employment situations based upon their level of education.
Wound up reading to some of the children in the Head Start Center on Broadway in Camden. And when I finished reading the story, I asked the little children, there were 3. I asked them what they wanted to do when they grew up. One little boy raised his hand and says, when I grow up, I want to learn how to fly. And I thought he actually captured what the real question is before the country. Because we've sort of forgotten how to dream about things that other people say are impossible. If you think about the 4 adults that I encountered, their stories really do tell us a story that's reflected in the broader statistics about the economy. It really boils down to this. If you're a little older and you don't have what we consider to be high skills, you have big trouble in your life. If you are younger and relatively lack of skill, there's a way that you can deal with that problem. If you are a little older and highly skilled, like my friend who had years in the banking industry, if things come back, you may get a chance to come back with them, as he did. And if you are quite young and highly skilled, you're doing pretty well. So this, it seems to me, sets out before us 2 basic responsibilities, 2 basic objectives for our community, for our country. The first is to have every person achieve the highest level of education and skills that he or she can achieve. Education, clearly, is a key to the future success of the country. However, it's also true you can do all the great education and training you want, but if there aren't jobs for people to fill, it doesn't work. It's true.
The congressman then laid out his 2-point plan to grow the economy.
To get us the rest of the way, I think there's 2 basic things that we have to do. The first is to think about new industries and therefore new companies and jobs that would flow from those new industries. And then the second thing we have to do is to make sure that we devote the proceeds of the economic growth that we can produce to fiscal stability in the future so we don't ruin our chances to continue this success in the long run.
He went on to outline his thoughts on the 2 industries that can grow the economy and create jobs in the future: energy and health technology, in particular healing technology, and what government should do to make sure these industries flourish.
This is what we need to do again. But when we do it, we then have to have the discipline to make sure we devote some of the proceeds, most of the proceeds of that growth, into in fact reducing the deficits that goes. We've got to step back and take a deep breath and think about what this country is really all about. And what it is that we want to say we've done as a country when we leave it to the next generation of people coming behind us. A country without a purpose is a country without a plan. And a country without a plan is one that isn't going to succeed. Just take a step back and think about that larger question, what our purpose is. I think if we do, as we have for years and generations and centuries, the United States will rise higher, do better, and prosper more. Thank you for this opportunity this morning to discuss how I think we should do that.
At the conclusion of his remarks, Congressman Andrews took questions from the audience. The Chamber of Commerce Southern New Jersey thanks our good friend Congressman Rob Andrews, our sponsor Comcast, and our valued members for their support. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and tune in to our YouTube channel, CC Southern NJ, to view past events.